and welcome to the Spotlight. Today's Spotlight is on Teddy Raphael, the host, producer extraordinaire of Teddy Unscripted.
Yeah.
We are being socially responsible today. We are sitting 6 feet apart and also wearing our masks.
Yes.
So we have made a promise to enunciate so y'all hear us.
I'm really bad at that. I'm so sorry.
This is going to be a work.
I'm really bad at that. I'm so sorry.
This is going to be a working exercise on how to enunciate and speak clearly. So I wanted to have Teddy on today because Teddy is again, producer extraordinaire. She can do it all and do it all well. She does have her own show called Teddy Unscripted. First and foremost, why don't you tell everybody where they can find your show?
Yeah, so you can find my show right here on 2020 Vision. If you look on Fridays for Teddy Unscripted, or I have my own Facebook page, TEDI Unscripted, and all the shows are there, as well as my personal page. We have an Instagram, all under TEDI Teddy Unscripted.
Excellent. And so tell us a little bit about your show. If you had to distill what is Teddy Unscripted.
An experiment. Honestly, I got it because when quarantine started, we had a lot of shows that were obviously pulling out because people couldn't come into the studio. And one of our other producers, Slick, and I were the only ones who were still able to come in. And we were told, hey, we have some open spots. You guys talk a lot. Do some shows. And I hate being in front of the camera. Fun fact, I like being behind the scenes. I like to do a lot of tech. And so I got kind of thrust in front of the camera, and I was told to decide what I wanted to do for my show. And I decided I wanted to focus. I wanted to continue what we do for 2020 Vision and focus on millennial and Gen Z owned businesses, bring them forward because they usually have a really hard time breaking through in the industry of any industry. And it's been a really awesome experience to get to bring forward some of my friends' businesses that some of them I didn't even know that they had until they would reach out to me and be like, hey, can you promote this? And I was like, oh my God, of course.
Definitely. So it sounds like it was a little bit of trial by fire, but sometimes that's when the best things come to light, when, necessity is the mother of invention type of deal.
Yeah, it was definitely, if you watch the older episodes, which I haven't even put on the Teddy Unscripted Facebook because they're quite embarrassing. It's me in either my room or the studio I had at my house because we weren't allowed in studio, when the quarantine started. So it was me in rooms in my house with, I had my lamp. It was a production. I had a tapestry pinned to my wall. I had my laptop on top of a bar stool pointed down at me. I was holding the little table mic because I had nowhere to put it. I had one of those Medusa lamps that I would use to light myself. I was in front of a mirror. I had a 50-foot Ethernet connection that my dogs would get wrapped up in. In one show you can see my camera jolt because my dogs, I had gone outside with my giant Ethernet cord that I now have nothing to do with. And you see my dog pull the camera almost off the table. It was definitely a experiment of, at the time I couldn't interview people. I was still trying to figure this out. I didn't think it'd be a serious show. I thought it'd just be a goofy time waster. And it's just me rambling a lot. And it's something that I've always really been good at. It's just not nonstop talking. And I'm still great at it.
You are great. And it's definitely not only a skill but a gift to be able to think of a topic and have something to say about it. That shows
disagree with you.
To me it shows intelligence that you can, if you got a keyword, you would know enough about it to be able to have a conversation about it. There's intelligence wrapped up in that.
I've been told from a young age I was the one to talk to a brick wall. They talk to that brick wall about I don't know, your opinion on vegetables. I'd be like, done. On it.
I love that your mask is also a brick wall right now.
Oh, I didn't even know that. By the way, not sponsored by Nike. This is but Nike sponsor me.
I love how masks are also now the fashion statement. Everybody has a mask to go with a different outfit.
Yeah. I was talking about a totally not counterfeit page that I'm on that totally doesn't sell counterfeit designer items because that's illegal. And I didn't get this mask off there because that would be illegal. But, allegedly they sell really cool masks on there, and people allegedly have bought this really cool Fendi mask that I'm really excited to wear. I'm just waiting for the right outfit for it.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Because that would be illegal. Don't do that.
Well, maybe we could see something similar, because we don't have that one, but we could see something similar on Teddy Unscripted coming up.
A real one that Fenty totally makes, I'm sure.
So tell us about your process for Teddy Unscripted, because we heard about how it originally started, but obviously now it is a fully fledged show.
Yeah.
How does each show come to fruition?
Well, it's kind of two different routes my shows can take. I'll either take an interview of a company that I've seen somewhere. We have a company coming on in 2 weeks called Ability Clothing. And I happened to see them on, I think, Attention's website, just, a random Facebook page did a video on them. I was like, that's cool. And it's taught me to take this initiative, because at first I thought that's such a big company. They're on a real website. There's no way they're going to come on my show. And I messaged them on a whim. And they were really excited to come on. They're like, yeah, we would love to come on your show. We want to show off our product. And it makes you realize how excited people are, no matter how small you think the show is. People are really excited to see it. Mm-hmm. So I usually will go on, see whatever's going viral. It also helps that a lot of my friends, I went to an art school, so a lot of my friends are artists. They make amazing clothing and content. I've had Jennifer Banaha on, who makes pop pastel clothing. She has her own fully inclusive, gender inclusive, sexuality inclusive clothing line that she designs all by herself. She also made me my mask, if you've ever seen it, with a little drink hole. That, please don't get mad at me, I don't wear it out in public. It's just for when I'm somewhere that I'm gonna have to take my mask off anyway. But it's been really helpful at bars, because at a bar, if I went out, even if I'm not surrounded by people, I still want to wear my mask. And to be fair, I haven't really gone to a bar since quarantine, but if I did, it would be really helpful, because instead of having to take off my mask to do my drink, I can just stick in the hole, and it's a little bit safer than taking it off. But it also helps a lot when we're sitting here, when I'm in the studio, I'm in the room by myself, or just with you guys, which we've all been basically quarantining in the same room with masks on. I feel safer that I don't have to expose any of you by taking my mask off to drink. I can put it in a little straw hole.
That's really smart.
I love it. Pop pastel clothing. I've also had a friend, Aviana Chapman, on. I saw a post on Facebook, and if you post somewhere on Facebook or social media, I'll just message you.
So everybody comment in this video.
Yeah.
Tag your business. Teddy's watching. She's got you covered. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I've been really surprised at how many, like I said, big businesses, or what I thought were big, important businesses who would never answer me, have completely been like, yeah, I would love to do that. Let's work something out. And it's really gratifying.
And it does speak highly to your work.
Thank you.
They see that it's a reputable show, and you've already been picked up for entry to certain contests.
Oh, yeah. That was a really strange thing. I got a message from Dawn, the owner of the production company that we work for, one of the owners, and she didn't say anything at first. She just sent me a link to a film competition. I was like, do you want me to send this in the group chat? There's no explanation. I thought it was just something cool that she found. She's like, no, somebody tagged Teddy Unscripted in this, saying they think she would like it. And I was like, oh, which was really cool. If the person, I have no idea who tagged me. I was never told who the person was who tagged me. But whoever it is, thank you, because I am really excited. And it was cool that I got to share it with everyone. I know Val's thinking of putting out a video into it. And quite a few of our other producers have been putting together something, because we want to bring an award to the 2020 Vision Network, because we all work really hard in the films. But I thought it was really funny, because I'm more of an editor, and the whole film program is an 8-minute video that you can't edit at all. The only thing you can do is color correct and sound and add a title, and that's it. So to do 8 minutes of no editing is my absolute weakness. So it's a definite, I've been working on what I want to do for it as a huge challenge.
That sounds really interesting, though.
It is. It was really cool to get recognized like that.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, it was really cool to be in a place where I can share it with other people, with you guys and other producers, and have everyone enter something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's what's great about this era, even. Not only that within this studio we can all share with one another, but with the internet and how our shows are produced, somebody can see you and say, hey, you should definitely do this.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. So tell us about your show. We heard its origin story. Where do you see it going now? What's the next step for Teddy Unscripted?
That's a really hard one, because when I talk to people, I still tend to have that very insecure thought process of, to me, it's a little show and I love it and it's my baby, but I like to work on the big shows that we do, the Brooklyn Cafe and Fuego and all these huge shows get huge numbers. So to me, my show is just like my little baby that I do, and it's something that I'm trying to grow organically, and it's, it's going to stay that way for a while in my mind. And when I show it to people, like my boyfriend, who is super excited about it, and I'm really thankful that I have someone who's so supportive of me, and he does media marketing, and he was like, let's blow it up. He's like, we're going to message everyone on LinkedIn. We're going to blow this up. It's going to be huge. You're going to be the next Howard Stern. I was like, I don't know if I want that.
I don't know if Teddy and Howard Stern were the two names that...
I don't think they go together quite well. But it's a funny thing when I talk to someone, if someone mentions Teddy Unscripted to me, everyone will have a different idea of what they think is going to happen. My grandmother thinks I'm going to be like an NBC reporter in the future. My mother is kind of on my side, where she's just kind of like, yeah, it's a small show that you're doing well, but your big thing is tech and behind the scenes. Like I said, my boyfriend thinks I'm going to be Howard Stern, the next radio host. So I kind of just want to see where it goes. I want to follow the stream, and if something happens, I get to take an opportunity. I'm really excited about that.
It means you're well-rounded, and it helps to, even though you say you want to do tech, which you do incredibly well,
Thank you.
Doing tech, also knowing what the people in front of the camera are going through, makes doing tech that much easier, because you kind of have a shared experience there where no matter what way you cut it, you're just getting better all the time.
It does. I've found when I used to do the 2020 shows, before we each had our own shows, we were in an old studio and everyone just used to do them together. I remember I would get really frustrated because I only did the tech. I never wanted to be in front of the camera. It was never something, a need of mine to do. And I would get really frustrated because I would help them, come up with show topics, and I would write pages and pages of notes to be like, here, talk about this. And they would go through it so fast that I'd be like, that was supposed to be 30 minutes worth of show. And I get so frustrated and annoyed at like, why are you talking so fast? Why are you talking about this? And now being someone in front of the camera, it helps me understand like, oh, you get nervous. You aren't going through things as specifically as you would like to. Something takes a lot less time to talk about than you think it did. When I first started, I thought I could talk about, this crazy thing of people are taking care of their houseplants like pets at the beginning of quarantine. And I thought I could talk about that for 30 minutes. And now, having done this for a few months, I'm like, that's like a quick 10-second spurt, and then I'm done and I'm off to the new topic.
That's an interesting topic, though. So they're...
Yeah.
Houseplants as pets.
Yeah, it was a really strange... I'll never forget it. It was the weirdest headline I'd ever seen. I was trying to look up... Because, at the beginning, you're trying to figure out what kind of show you want to do. And I wasn't so comfortable just talking. And, it's extremely hard to do a show just one person, not being able to interview someone. And I had seen a headline from some random news source. And it was one of those news sources that say, like... millennials are killing the paper napkins and they don't want babies. They just want dogs. Like one of those ridiculous ones. And it said, during quarantine, people are taking care of their house pets like animals. Because I guess, I don't know, people don't want to buy 50 dogs during quarantine. I already have 3. I don't need more, but I wanted more stuff to take care of. So I did it too. I bought houseplants and I didn't take care of them like pets. Most of them are dead, unfortunately. I don't really have a green thumb. But my mother took most of them, and she takes care of them like children. Those plants are better taken care of than I am. They have humidifiers. We have a special scissor for them.
That's what mamas are for.
Yeah. But I was sitting here, I'm like, can I have water, please? A little?
Feeling a little parched. No, I agree. I have had one plant in my life, and I went so far as it was during college when I came home for the holidays. I literally buckled it into my car to bring it home with me, and she did not live to tell the tale. So I definitely hear where you're coming from.
So many of these nurseries lie. I just want to put that out there because I have a room that gets almost 0 light, and that's of course the room that I want all the plants in because I need some life in it. But it's right next to another house. It gets almost no light to it, and I go to the nurseries and I say, hey, I have a room with 0 light. I need plants. I know I'm going off topic, but I just need this rant for a minute. I have lights. I need plants with 0 light. I need plants that if I locked them in my closet and put duct tape over all the cracks, they could survive. And they're like, here are these 4 plants. They'll be perfect. You'll never need a light. You don't even need to turn the light bulb on. Dead in like a week. And I called them and they're like, well, did they get any light? And I was like, did they get any light?
So what part of no light?
Yeah. And like, going after you, nurseries.
I think the next step would be succulents. Just a small little one. We'll see. I
have a bunch of the snake plants and zebra plants that like you could literally chop to the root and they'll still grow. Like I have a bunch of those. Those are my new plants. Those don't need any light. You can water them once a week and you're like, you're fine.
There you go. Well, and being a busy show producer who has time to take care of plants right now. We're trying to take care of ourselves this COVID era.
It's true. I've definitely stolen plants from the studio every once in a while.
There you go.
If I see one that's sickly.
Yeah, it's not stealing. It's seeing a sickly plant and taking it home to help it. That's right.
Do I make it better? No. It still dies. I try my best, though. Try so hard.
But that's what's great about this studio, too, is not only the plants, which we've got some here, but all of the art. It's such a lively atmosphere, and that's part of why it's so great to have a show here, because no matter what studio you're in, you're surrounded by creativity.
Yeah.
So we're in this studio here, but I know you operate out of the other studio.
Yes.
With some great artists, as well as Jay Harmon, who you can see behind us right here, and then also over Teddy. Jay Harmon was just featured in the Brooklyn Cafe show. Mm-hmm. Amazing work.
He is. He is an amazing person, an amazing artist. He does commissions of, these are photorealism. If you can't see the one behind Kelsey, I know the one behind me is kind of hidden.
You can see a little bit more of this one.
It's all pencil. He literally does that with just pencil and color pencil and eraser, and that's it. It's incredible. And he was saying at one point, I'm not sure with that painting, or with that picture, but in the other studio, we have a few pictures of people's faces. And it's not like he has someone sitting there with that face. He composites different people's faces and different people's features into a face and draws that. So it's not actually a drawing of anybody.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's really interesting.
The one we have, I believe it's called COVID Man with the little cross tattoo on his face. That's not anyone's face. He said that he had seen someone's nose that he liked and someone's eyes that he liked and a general face shape. And he saw a lot of people with little cross tattoos. And he was just looking up stuff that he liked and he just smashed them together. So he literally creates his own person.
And it looks so hyper real. And you'll be able to see that image. That's in Teddy's studio. So you'll be able to see that one in Teddy Unscripted. Shout out again. Where can folks find you? When does your show air so we make sure we never miss a show?
Yeah, so my show airs every Friday at, I believe it's 10:30 now. We changed it a bit. It used to be Wednesdays and Fridays, but we're having so many shows coming out that I really did want to, because, I love coming on your show. Obviously, we've talked about it. I really like to promote the other 2020 shows on there because I know that Slicks and I were the first, but that doesn't mean we're the only ones. So I kind of switched it just to Fridays, so I could get what I think was a little better quality shows instead of me having to rush, but also so we could get some more stuff in on Wednesday, which we now have Lenny on Wednesdays. But I am on the 2020 Vision on Fridays at 10:30. It'll also be on Teddy Unscripted page. It goes on my Instagram. It goes on my personal Facebook. It goes on anyone who lets me share it out. It goes on my grandma's Facebook because she likes to share it too. Shout out to my grandma and all her friends. Love that. And yeah, it's a really awesome experience. It's awesome to see people like you grow who, we've talked about. I never thought. We were asking you to do a show forever. We're like, Kelsey, when are you going to do a show? Kelsey, when are you going to do a show? And so I'm really excited to have you do it and to bring you on and spotlight everything and share all the 2020 well.
Thank you. Well, I am excited too. And that's why we called the show Spotlight. And it's not the Spotlight with Kelsey, it's the Spotlight on. It's going to change every week. Today we have the Spotlight on Teddy. Similar to what Teddy Unscripted is doing. We both just want to spotlight excellent content, excellent people, excellent creators, businesses, whatever you've got. We want to have you on our shows. Thank you so much for joining us on the Spotlight today, Teddy.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it. Tune in next week, Tuesday at 10:30. We'll be here at the studio, the gallery.
The gallery.
The gallery. Have a great day. Thanks so much.